Yo, what is up, guys? Luis Garcia from Garcia Effect, and today I am coming to you guys with a video to help you guys jump higher and improve your dunking. All you're gonna need is a rim that's a little bit lower than what you're used to if you're not a dunker. Now, if you're someone that can dunk very easily, then you would just use a 10-foot rim with all of the exercises I'm gonna show you today. Now, people always ask me all the time, coach, what exercises do you do to get your athletes jumping as high as they do? How have you gotten thousands of athletes from across the world to jump higher? What exercises are you using? What exercise selection are you using? If you had to pick one, I get that one all the time. If you had to pick one exercise, which one would you live or die by to jump higher? That answer is a little bit complicated because there's not really one, but guys, if you're trying to jump higher, the number one thing you have to make sure you're doing is jumping. All right? Yeah, you could do squats, deadlifts, lunges, and all these other fancy exercises. But if you don't have jumping in your programming, you can expect not to be jumping much higher at the end of your training protocol. All right? So the great thing about these drills that I'm going to show you guys today right now on the rims is all of them involve jumping. Now, we're going to be using a basketball rim, so not only does it help us with our vert, it's also going to help us with some of our dunk techniques. So if you're someone that can jump very high and you find yourself having trouble finishing at the basket, right? Like you're high enough, but every time you try to dunk it, it hits the back of the rim, it rolls in and out. Maybe you're not good at dunking it with two hands because you can't get your technique right to approach into those kind of jumps. This right here is going to help with that too. Even if you could dunk at 10 feet, lower the rim down, and that allows you just to play with your hands a little bit and really work on those finishes. So with that being said, I'm going to go right into it and start breaking down some of these exercises that we could do on these low rims. Here we go. All right, now the first exercise on our list of exercises is going to be our jumps or our dunks off of vert. All right, and there's going to be a few different ways that I'm going to show you guys how to do this. And honestly, it's something that you can get pretty creative with, especially with those guys that can already dunk and you're just trying to master some of your dunks out, all right? So the first one is going to be the static dunk off of vert. So I'll go down into my squat just about as low as if I was gonna jump naturally, right? So out of this position, I'm gonna pause for a few seconds, and then from here, I'm exploding up and finishing with a dunk, all right? Getting my own rebound. That's the first one. That one I was down, static. I wasn't really moving much once I was down there. The next one, I'm gonna introduce the dip, okay? So now there's gonna be a quick stretch before my contraction during this exercise. So I'm starting up top, I'll drop down to that bottom position, and then I'm going straight up and dunking it again. But again, it's off of pure vert because I'm not moving my feet at all, guys. That's the important part here. So for the second one, I start here, dip down, come up. And what you'll find is that one's usually easier to do than the first one. When you're in that static position holding it, your muscles are contracted, you're not in a pre-stretched position, so it's a lot harder to explode or do some of those movements out of that. And the last one, which is probably going to be the hardest one out of all of them, is going to be from the floor, okay? So I'll put the ball on the floor. Now I'm going to squat down, scoop this ball up, and then I'll finish with a dunk, all right? This also crosses over to basketball very, very well. There's often, many times, that you might have to scoop a ball up from the ground and be able to go up and finish. If you're lucky enough to be able to dunk, you posterize someone. All right, our next exercise on this list is going to be our one-step approach, okay? So just like when we test our vertical jump and we use a vertex or whatever kind of technique you're using to test your vertical jump, this is usually how they do it. They let you have 1 foot planted into the ground and you only get 1 step to come in, build power, and really get as high as you can. So that's what this exercise is gonna mimic. Now, I'm gonna plant my foot. Now it's important that we also do these on both sides, guys. You'd be surprised how many people end up doing these exercises on one side, and then it makes no sense because you end up being able to jump from one side and not the other, and that's not very smart, right? Okay, so my right leg is gonna be planted in right here. My left leg is the one that I'm coming and swinging across to get up into it. The first one, I'm using no dribble. I'm just holding the ball in both hands. Here, now, one more point. When I swing this leg through, this is what's bringing out my power and momentum on these jumps right here. I need to make sure that I swing my left leg here, drive it into the ground, because that momentum I drive forward, ultimately when I hit my foot on the ground, it's gonna drive me straight up. All right, so I need to make sure I got a lot of power going forward so I can have a lot of power going up, and then I can finish with my dunk. So I'm here, first one, no dribble, just big step. Finish with your dunk. Second one, now we're gonna add a dribble, right? Just like in the first exercise, how we added the little momentum going down, this dribble does the same thing. Foot's planted, I'm dribbling with both hands, taking my step, then going up and finishing. Still having an explosive left leg here. And the third and final variation of this one-step jump is gonna be on the floor, right? A lot of times we wanna be in these exaggerated ranges of motion, not because we're always doing it in games or when we're training, but you're definitely better off being able to jump out of this position than to not be able to jump out of this position, okay? So from here, ball's low, I'm driving my left leg, scooping it up, going up and finishing at the rim. It also forces you to get real low. So here, next up is gonna be our 2-foot approach, all right? So now I'm actually gonna take 2 steps, 1, 2, this one being right, left, because I wanna finish in the middle of the rim right now. If I was trying to finish on the right side of the rim, I'll probably go left, right. But like I said, it's important, you must do both sides, guys. The same as before with the one step, we're gonna have the same kind of dunks. So my first one, yes, it's a travel, but I'm not gonna dribble, right? We're training our vert, we're training movements. We're not worried about the skills right now. So ball in both hands, I'm taking my 2 steps, going up, dunking it. Now, very, very important, the jump before the jump. I need to gain distance from here to here. At one point in time, my full body should be in the air before my feet hit the ground here, all right? It shouldn't be a step into my jump. I like this to be a jump forward into my jump, because how we mentioned in the last exercise, that momentum and that power that you build going forward ultimately is going to determine how much power and momentum you have going up, all right? So first one, no dribbles, ball in both hands, big 2-step. Next one, we're adding the momentum now. We're gonna make the dribble, no more travel, all right? If you're working on your skills, this is probably a little better way to do it, right? But if you're working on just pure vert, it's probably better to do it without the dribble. You're getting more reps in. So here, one dribble. And then the last one's gonna be off the floor. Put it right in front of the basket. You're gonna start a little bit back. And now you really gotta jump into it, get nice and low, get off the ground. All right, now for some of my one-legged jumpers, I'm gonna help you guys with some one-legged takeoffs. I'm gonna show you a quick exercise I like to do and finish it with a 1-foot takeoff dunk. That's really, really gonna help you guys that jump off of one leg, or maybe that aren't so good at jumping off of one leg and do wanna get better. So, the exercise needs to be performed with the same leg that you're gonna jump off of. So if I'm gonna dunk off one leg and I go right, left, right foot, left foot ends up being the last foot touching the ground, I need to perform my exercise with my left foot. So right here, I'm gonna perform one-legged ankle hops. And again, guys, there's a bunch of ways you can play with this. You could jump higher if you want. You could go for more time. You could hold on to weights before you do your dunk. All those things I'm gonna let you decide. The important part is that you have a pre-exhaustion of the calf here, and then when you're ready, you're gonna go right into it and finish with that one-legged dunk. And the last one I'm gonna give you guys is just one out of my tool bag, all right? And we're gonna do hop steps into the dunk. This is awesome because there's a bunch of different ways you could play with it, right? You're not just doing hop steps forward. I could do my jump side, work on a lateral type of jump, and then focus on exploding up very, very high and dunking and finishing my dunk. Now, when I land from my hop step, the goal is to spend as little time on the ground as possible, land already low so I don't have to dip lower before I jump, and then violently contract those legs and get up there and finish it. So the first one, I'm just gonna do a forward jump into my dunk. So I'm here, off both legs, I hop forward, and then I hop up. Many ways to play with it. If I wanna do it jumping to my right, I can do it jumping to my right. I'm here, jump to my right, finish it with my dunk. A bunch of ways to play with it. If I wanna focus on going 180s with it, right? Just again, focusing on different things. Might be useful for different people. Here, 180 as soon as my feet touch, finishing with the dunk, all right? That's the hop step. You can get very creative with it. All of these are so good, guys. So many different ways to use them. Well, there you have it, guys. I just showed you guys how to jump higher and work on your dunking technique with no equipment needed. All you need is a portable basket that you can adjust, or a park that has a lower basket available to you as well. All right, guys, I guarantee you, if you apply these exercises and you do them and you really work hard, I guarantee you're gonna get the results that you're looking for. Trust me, you're gonna jump higher. You're gonna get better at dunking, all right? It's math, guys. You put the work in, you get the same results every single time. Now, if you guys found this video helpful, if you found this video useful, please comment in the comments what else you would like for me to make a video of, all right? Anything you guys want, nutrition related, fitness related, rehab related, jumping related, put it in the comments. I'll make a video for you guys. I'm definitely gonna read them, all right? Other than that, like, subscribe, head over to GarciaEffectOfficial.com and grab a training, rehab, and nutrition program, which are all currently discounted, all right? Until next time, hashtag